Live from the Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games, flash game show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling news are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's the host of the show, the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 119 of the show. It's October the 29th, 2022, the final Saturday of October. In fact, a little bit of update, as you know, if you see my community tab, of course, I made an official statement that is not part of the show. I thought it was very, very imperative and important that I would make that official statement, and it was a few days ago. After Halloween is over, it's going to be taken down, so if you want an opportunity to download it, you can. Copy it, download it if you can, and watch it. I know a lot of people have watched it, and once I delete the video, I'm moving on from that subject that I just talked about. I'm moving on from that individual. I'm moving on from everything else, okay? That's because a brand new month, I want, drama-free month. It's been, as far as the month of October is concerned, it's too much drama this October online, and I want to get away from all that. So I figured that I will eliminate the postings of this recent drama, including the official statement video. So you have an opportunity to download it. I'm going to give you permission to download it. And you can keep it for your records, just in case. And, but my stance on this individual will not change, all right? It will not change. Just because I've taken down the video, that does not mean I changed my stance on the individual. So, we're going to leave it at that, all right? So, but I've already cut ties with the person, and that's where, and those ties will remain cut. It will remain, we will remain going our separate ways. I figure, it's best for everybody for right now. So we're going to move on. That's the last thing we're going to say about it. So, but we're going to talk about wrestling, and I'll tell you what, there's my new Io Sky shirt. Man, she looks gorgeous. Oh, I like Io Sky. Io Sky. One of the best, very popular. Also, one third of the women's tag team champions, but she's not on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Quite an eventful SmackDown, shall we say? And we talked a little bit. Me and my friends were talking about a little bit last night. Let's say that there's a segment that I really got a chuckle out of, and I feel like using the words. I'll explain what I mean. All right. In fact, that's what kicked off SmackDown, basically. The Brawling Brutes, Butch and Ridge Holland. Now, people say that, Sheamus suffered an injury and all that. Actually, that is not true. Sheamus recently got married over the weekend. Recently got married, and Drew McIntyre was his best man. Congratulations to Sheamus. He finally got married, and the woman he married, very gorgeous looking. So good on you, Sheamus. Fella! I'm going to give you a nice big fella. Fella! Good job. Congratulations, Sheamus. God bless you and your newlywed wife, newlywed bride. May your marriage be blessed and have lots of wonderful things happen. I hope you get a lot of good kids. I found out she's Latin. She's Latina. I can imagine what the kids are going to look like. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least. You're talking about a tough Spitfire. Who knows for sure? But anyways, might I digress? We'll get away from that subject. Butch and Ridge Holland, the Brawling Brutes, as they face Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn. Now, before the matchup started, Bloodline did pep talk and gorilla position, and then and then there was a lot of miscommunication going on between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso again. Cost them the match, as the Brawling Brutes did pick up the victory for the Bloodline. They're still arguing after the match, a lot of tension going around, but then Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman showed up. I'm like, somebody is going to get their butts kicked. And so, and then Roman Reigns had this idea that, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn let it all out. And as they were letting it all out, this is where it gets interesting. They're arguing back and forth. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, right? And he goes, but I'm trying to get peace. That's what the tribal chief wants. I don't care. I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says. And Roman Reigns looked at everyone. Oh, I'm like, oh, God. I was like, oh, this ought to be interesting. And then Roman Reigns started getting Jey Uso's face, but then Sami Zayn, realizing what he's done, I got to, he said, listen, guys, listen, he has not been, he's just angry, he's just stressed out and everything else. He hasn't been feeling very oozy. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns kind of looked at him, what? And then Jimmy Uso's in the background going, he's going to say it. All of a sudden, you could see at live, this is on FS1, by the way, live television, okay? Jey Uso and Roman Reigns were trying to keep a straight face in this situation. And you see Paul Heyman kind of like locked his jaw going, uh-huh. Trying to keep a straight face. I don't know what Solo Sikoa is doing because the camera was off him. I think they realized that Solo Sikoa just lost it. He probably was laughing so freaking hard. I don't know. I don't know why the camera wasn't on Solo when at that point. You see Jimmy Uso in the background, like he's trying to cover his face from laughing, and then Jey Uso kind of looked at him. Yep, and he starts covering his face. Roman Reigns, he's like, again, I'm like, what is with Sami Zayn part of makes the Bloodline hilarious? Like, I wonder if that was Vince's idea originally to put Sami Zayn in the Bloodline to get Roman Reigns to break or something like that. I know R-Truth, and Paul Heyman probably had a side bet to see who would get Brock Lesnar to break, but to get Roman Reigns to break twice in a row, I'm like, oh, I'm like, and then I just lost it at that point. Oozy, and then it's like an oozy, and they're saying oozy, and I see Jey Uso trying to, he's like, get over here. Roman's like, get over here. We're gonna deal with this. And Roman Reigns is trying to get back into character, and he's trying not to laugh. It was the funniest thing ever. And I'm like, good Lord, what's going on? I mean, leave it to Sami Zayn, right? And it's like a botch. It was hilarious. You can't. It's like Roman Reigns is like. Well, Roman Reigns is trying not to laugh. Okay, Jey Uso's like they're trying. It was hilarious. I could not stop laughing. It was the funniest segment. And then I was talking about it with my friend Jordy Scow on his live stream last night. I'm cracking up laughing about it. That's how funny this segment was. It was supposed to be this serious segment of Jey Uso and Sami Zayn got to get it together, get it straight, get it all out. This is how we do business. All of a sudden, all use one word, Usi. They lose it. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. Anyways, well, the Viking Raiders starting to return very, very soon. Valhalla is waiting. Okay. Looks like the Viking Raiders may need some new backup. Maybe rumor has that Sarah Logan may end up rejoining them. Rejoining the WWE. And in fact, there was an article saying that the WWE's open for more women returning to the company. More on that, trust me. And then tag team action. The New Day versus the Maximum Male Models, Marseille and Mansoir. With Maxine Dupree. Lord help me. Lord help me. And then the New Day ended up picking up the victory. The lovely Kayla Braxton. Backstage interview with Sonya DeVille. And as Sonya DeVille was talking, Liv Morgan attacks Sonya DeVille again. And so, it's like the Battle of Jersey Girls continue on, folks. That's right, Liv Morgan's originally from Jersey, and so is Sonya Deville. And then Braun Strowman cut a promo on Omos saying he loves a challenge. You know why he explains why he picks up cars and throws them and tosses them over or something like that because he likes to be challenged. He said facing Omos is a challenge to him. So at Crown Jewel, these two boys are going to lock up. These two big bulls are going to lock up. The winners of the match will be us, the fans. The loser will be the referee. I'm telling you. I'm really excited about this matchup. I'll be honest with you. Can't wait for Crown Jewel. That's next week, by the way. On premium live event on Peacock in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Don't need to go there, but I went there. Anyways. So, Ronda Rousey. Woman needs to learn how to... If she wants to learn how to cut promos, she has to sit down at the learning tree of The Rock. The Rock can cut some great promos. If Ronda Rousey, is good friends with Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne's got to teach her how to some promos. Girl, I know you're a former UFC fighter, but you got to learn how to cut promos. It's wrestling, And I'm going, all right, who wants... Okay, and she goes, is she open challenge? Okay, who wants to get lucky? Who wants to get shot? Who wants to get shot? Who wants to get a shot at the title? Who wants to get shot? Yeah. Sometimes, I'd rather have Ronda Rousey punch me in the face, for goodness sakes. Anyways, so we heard a familiar, it's all about me. Emma is back in the WWE after 5 years away from the company. As you know, she made her mark on Impact Wrestling under her real name, Tennille Dashwood, but Emma was back. And Emma basically challenged... I can't believe Emma challenged Ronda Rousey, and she gave Rousey a little bit she can handle, but in the end, Ronda Rousey made Emma tap out. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because but Megan Moran did interview her, digital exclusive, and Emma basically says, "Well, I'm back, but I know exactly what to do to be the champion." So I say it's going to be very interesting to see what Emma has up her sleeve now that she's back in the WWE. Also, another reason why she's back, she is dating current WWE superstar Madcap Moss, which a little bit more on him when we get a chance. Jey Uso wants to talk to Roman Reigns, but Heyman says, "Listen, let me handle this." And Jey Uso goes, "Fine, you handle it." And then in the backstage, Shayna Baszler came up to Ronda Rousey, congratulate her, and retained the title. But then Natalya confronts Rousey, saying it takes more than everything what you got. But then Shayna Baszler blindsides Natalya from behind. Looks like Shayna Baszler signing with Ronda Rousey, and you know what that means. One half of the four horsewomen of MMA have been reunited. So this, with Baszler now joining forces with Rousey, it's going to be bad news for the women's division for sure. After Baszler choked Natalya out. So, 6-man tag matchup. Legado del Fantasma will have the lovely Zelina Vega, the Queen of the Ring, the Queen's Crown Tournament winner of 2021, might I add, in their corner. But who did Hit Row recruit to join them against Legado del Fantasma in that 6-man tag match? And B-Fab says she has a plan. Looks like B-Fab's got great wrestling knowledge because who did Hit Row summon to battle? None other than the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. That's right, Shinsuke Nakamura became the third man on their team, and they did the money thing, which I do. They loved. I think the Hit Row has been big Shinsuke Nakamura fans, and Shinsuke's doing this, and they do the come on. It was great. They worked very, very well. It was a heck of a matchup, but Hit Row and Shinsuke Nakamura did win. If I were Zelina Vega, I would calm down, sensible. That's what. Listen, we didn't know they were going to bring Shinsuke in. We didn't see it coming. Now, if we faced him again, now we know what we're up against. If I were Legado del Fantasma, I would say, listen, we'll recover from this and we'll move on. And Paul Heyman shows Logan Paul boxing to Roman Reigns, footage. And then Paul Heyman says, I implore you, Mr. Tribal Chief, do not underestimate Logan Paul. One lucky shot. So I'm telling you, that's... I'll tell you one thing. If Logan Paul's training in the boxing skills, wrestling's a little bit different, but I'll tell you one thing. If Logan Paul can combine his skills, I hate to say it, that we may end up having a new WWE Universal World Heavyweight Champion. And a social media sensation. It's like me challenging Gunther for the Intercontinental title. Goodness sakes. That ain't happening. But whatever. We'll see what happens, though. I thought Gunther will probably beat the crap out of me. Okay? More on him, of Gunther. Caleb Braxton interviewed, let me talk to you, L.A. Knight. Runs his mouth. Ricochet comes up, interrupts L.A. Knight. We might see a one-on-one match between those two gentlemen next week. Then Madcap Moss, who I mentioned earlier, he is currently dating Emma, a.k.a. Tennille Dashwood. going up against Karrion Kross with the lovely Scarlett Bordeaux. And you know something? Scarlett can carry a tune. I didn't know she could sing. I didn't know Shotzi could sing. And they have a young lady who is also trying to be an upcoming in wrestling. She has not signed with the WWE. She's made an appearance on AEW a few times. Harley Cameron, who is currently the fiance, the girlfriend of NXT rising star Zion Quinn. And Harley Cameron, Lord have mercy. Now as you can see, she is gorgeous. Anyways, Karrion Kross did pick up the victory, and then Kross puts Madcap Moss on his Kross jacket. Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre will collide in a steel cage at Crown Jewel. So there's that matchup. And as Karrion Kross addresses Drew McIntyre, who is also away with Sheamus, because he's Sheamus' best man. And they got married in New York, so that's pretty cool. So Karrion Kross addresses Drew McIntyre. Also, as a result of the Brawling Brutes' victory over Sikoa and Zayn, they will challenge the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team titles at Crown Jewel as well. Another match was added to the card. Also, Bayley will challenge Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship in a last woman standing matchup. So this ought to be very interesting. Card's getting more interesting already. Bray Wyatt was pacing back and forth backstage. Later on, he was going to address his demons, whatever that is. Caleb Braxton was interviewing Rey Mysterio, who is very happy to be on SmackDown, and also he has a shot at the Intercontinental title. But Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci attacked Mysterio, grabbing him and holding him for Gunther to chop Rey Mysterio. And what a chop. If I were Rey Mysterio, man, you better watch out for those Gunther's chops. So, I'll tell you, it's going to be very interesting, to say the least, that championship match. Remember, Rey Mysterio was not his first time facing a guy bigger than him for a championship. Remember The Undertaker? I've always wanted, it was a dream match of mine to see Rey Mysterio go one-on-one with a dead man. But Gunther is a whole different ball game. And Bray Wyatt addresses the St. Louis crowd about his demons and all that, but he was interrupted by this mysterious being known as Uncle Howdy. Now, I remember Captain Howdy from, I think it was Poltergeist? No, not Poltergeist. See, that's not a big, huge horror movie fan, because I have no knowledge of horror movies. I believe it was The Exorcist, I believe. Captain Howdy. So, yeah, Uncle Howdy, whoever this Uncle Howdy is really playing mind games with Bray Wyatt. And that ended the show right there. So, and you know what? It has more questions than answers with Bray Wyatt's situation. All right, NXT Level Up. We're not done yet. Tank Ledger, who is trying to join the D'Angelo family, went one-on-one with Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Stacks did pick up the victory over Tank Ledger. Kelly Kincaid interviews Trick Williams while he's on his phone about probably with another girl, something like that. Just a little tidbit. Now, Kelly Kincaid used to be Quinn McKay in Ring of Honor, but she's also now dating Elton Prince, who is actually Lewis Howley of Pretty Deadly, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. So Kelly Kincaid interviewed Trick Williams. Because he has a main event match against Brooks Jensen. So Thea Hale of Chase U, the crazy, energetic young lady of Chase U, took on Jakara Jackson, and you see Duke Hudson waving being part of the. But I think Duke Hudson's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I can't trust Duke Hudson as far as I can throw him. So I don't know what Duke Hudson's up to. We'll know for sure. But Thea Hale took on a newcomer to NXT, Jakara Jackson. Thea Hale did pick up the victory over the rookie, and that is where we stand right now. But we're not done yet. Wait a minute, I thought we were done. Brooks Jensen went one-on-one with Trick Williams. Now, Brooks Jensen in real life is the real-life son of Bull Buchanan, Barry Bull Buchanan, second-generation superstar, Brooks Jensen. And he beat Trick Williams. And that will not sit well with Carmelo Hayes right now. And that is all the time we have on this show. On the next episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, there will be episode, I believe, 120. We're going to do some AEW Rampage from last night. And I will. It's going to be, like I said, AEW is getting more interesting because of the situation with CM Punk and everything else. It looks like CM Punk is going to be out of AEW. So, I'll see you guys later. I'll see you on the next episode. And until that next episode, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, tour for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bumbling Bofo Raver Telepictures and Distribution. See you next episode, and have a very blessed day.